In this recording, we will go through the basic settings of N6 total station before you start measuring a new point. We will start from target setting. Click the star key, the first is reflector. Press the right button from navigation key to switch the target among non-prism, reflective sheet or prism. Click the left button to switch the illumination of laser plummet. Click the up button to switch the display contrast. And click the down button to switch the brightness level of reticle unit. Then we will go down to the settings of the display illumination. Click F1 to turn on or off the backlight. Click F2 to activate the electronic bubble. When set up the total station, the electronic bubble is an useful tool. Turn on or off the tilt sensor. Click F4 to check the compensate value on current position. F3 is for laser pointer. Click it once to activate the laser point. The parameter contain a detailed setting of temperature, pressure, prism constant and ppm. Then go down to check the measure mode and grid factor, adapt the total station to your own requirements. There are some useful tips for your daily work with N6 Plus total station. Under the basic measurement surface, the numeric keypad can be used as hotkeys, which instantly access to functions and settings. Press 7 for station setup, check or modify the occupied point, press 8 or 9 to check and orient the backsite by coordinate or by angle. Press 4 for resection. Press 5 to create a new job immediately. Press 6 to read the coordinate file. Then let's go down to the third line. Press 1 for memory management, press 2 or 3 to check the measure data or coordinate data. Press 0 for stakeout. Press the dot for electronic bubble, and press the last one, dash, to open or close the data confirm. Here we will introduce the basic measurement page of N6 Plus total station. Press angle on the keypad to enter the page of angle measurement. F1 is for measure and save. Trigger key on N6 Plus lets you take a series of measurement by a simple button press. You can measure and get the result without taking your eye off the telescope, which will largely increase the efficiency of your daily work. Press F2 to set the current horizontal angle as 0 degree. Or press F3 to define the horizontal angle by manual. Press F4 to the next page. Here we can hold the horizontal angle, repeat measurement under phase 1 and phase 2, or switch the reading of vertical angle from vertical degree to percentage. Press CPMS to switch the vertical angle between horizontal 0 or zenith 0. Press RL to switch the equipment between horizontal right or left. Press File to check the name of current job. Press Distance or Coordinate to enter the other two pages. Press F1 all or trigger key to measure and save the result. Press Measure to measure the target without saving. Press Mode to switch the measure mode among single, 3 times, repeat or tracking mode. In the next page, we can set the instrument height and target height, check the backsite and occupied station. Quick access to the offset function, stakeout or file manage. N6 Plus combines the perfect combination of easy operation and powerful features, which can be the most effective choice for your surveying job. In this episode, we will introduce how to create a new job and the other operations. Click Menu, and the first item, Data Collect. In default, the total station will select to open the last job. Press F2 list to open the other job from memory. Or type a new name directly to create a new job, like test. Click F3 to switch the case of letters. The point you measured will be saved under this job. Press Enter to confirm the setting. A powerful function of N6 is that it supports the seamless data reading among the fixed point in memory and the other two different jobs. If you need to select the occupied point from the other job, Click F2 list to select the job here. If not, keep it same to the previous one. N6 enables us to manage the job by two different page. One is in Data Collect. Click F2 to check the file list. The first one is Attribute. Click F1 to check the information of this job. Click F2 to rename the selected job. Or click F3 to delete the selected job. The other is in Memory Management. Click File Maintain to manage the current job. And those are the introduction for today. Before we get started, let's have a quick look at those options under Data Collect. Occupied point input, backsite, side shot, resection and the settings. Let's click the first one, occupied point input to set the station. Enter the point name and coordinates as the station, or click F2 list to select it from your data list. Click F1 view to check the data and press enter to confirm the station. Input the instrument height, for example, 1.5 meter. Now you can choose the backsite. Select the known point from data list or create a new one. Press enter to confirm the data. N6 calculates the azimuth from station to backsite. Cite the backsite and press F4 yes to confirm the orientation. N6 will enter the page of backsite checking. Measure the backsite for double check. Or press enter to skip this step. However, if the coordinate of backsite is unknown, how can we orient the backsite? Click the second item. Let's choose to orient the backsite by angle. Like 45 degrees. Cite the backsite and press F4 yes to orient the direction. N6 will measure this point and save it into memory. Now, the station setup has finished. This video will give an overview of how to set up a N6 Plus total station using resection method. When the total station is not located over any of known point, resection helps to define the coordinate of station from measurements. It requires at least 2 backsite points with distance measurement or 3 backside points with angle measurement. Now, choose the resection under Data Collect. Today we will use 3 known points to calculate the station. Enter the station name, code and instrument height, like O1. Press enter to confirm those settings. Let's measure 3 points with angle for resection. Those points can be selected from memory or entered by manual. Let's select WP1 as the first point. Press enter to confirm the coordinate. Aim at the target center. Click F3 angle or F4 coordinate for measurement. And then, let's repeat the steps for the second and third point. N6 will calculate the residual error for horizontal and vertical distance. Click F1 next to measure the fourth point, or click F4 calculate to check the residual of calculation. Press F4 to record the coordinate as station. Then let's go back to check the station. The coordinate of occupied point has been updated. Before we get started, we should set the config of Data Collect. Click F4 to the next page, select Config. It enables us to set the total station to your own habits. The first config is about collecting sequence, which can be selected between Edit First and Measure First. If you select Measure First, N6 will give you a chance to edit the point name, code and target height after the measurement. Otherwise, the point will be saved automatically. Let me show you how does it work. Measure a point. We can select to measure the angle, distance or coordinate separately. Press the trigger key or click F4 to measure all those kinds of data in once. If we select measure first, it enables us to edit the information of point after the measurement. The second config is data confirm. If we turn it on, N6 will pop up a notice to confirm the data before saving into the memory. Let's measure a point as an example. Here we are gonna choose distance measurement. There is a notice for data confirm before recording. Click F3 to cancel the recording. Or click F4 to confirm it. Or turn it off. N6 will save the data into memory without double check. And those are the guidance of data collect. In this video, we will look at how to select and stake a point using N6 plus total station. Choose menu, stake out. Select the third one, point. The stake out point can be entered by manual, or selected from the data list. Let's select WP2 as an example. Press F4 to confirm. And now, we will gonna press F3 guide to check the angle at first. Rotate and adjust the telescope by horizontal tangent screw and make sure that the angle is near to 0. When ready, press F1 measure or the trigger key to measure the current target. Move the target based on the guidance. Measure again until all those numbers closer to 0. When it is good to stake out, mark the point on the ground. Press F4 next to add this point into the record. We can change the point name that makes sense. And then, it is recorded. It takes us back to the stake out page and we can choose the next point that you'd like to stake out. REM function, also known as remote height, is mainly used to measure the vertical height for tiny objects, for example the high-tension cable hanging in the air. Set a prism on the plumbing line below the target, measure the prism height. The target can be measured with or without prism height. Press menu, program and select the first one. Here we can see there are two options. If the prism height is known, we can select the first one. Otherwise, please select the second one to define the prism height. Assume that the prism height is unknown. Aim at the prism center and press F1 or trigger key to measure. Then rotate the telescope vertically to aim at the projection point on the ground. Then press F4 set. Rotate the telescope vertically to aim at the target. N6 Plus will show the vertical angle and distance. Press F2V to measure the projection point again. Or press F3 HD to the next point. Please notice that in REM, the result will not be saved. In this episode, we will have a short guidance for MLM. This function, as known as tie distance, computes the horizontal distance, vertical distance, slope distance and angle of two target points. It is a useful tool when measuring roads, like the cross-section, traverse, deformation monitoring. When stake out a road, we can use this program to check the horizontal and vertical distance for the changing points. The calculation can be selected between two different methods. One is polygonal method, which calculates from point A to point B to point C. The other one is radial method, which calculates from point A to point B, point A to point C. Today, we will use MLM1 as an example. Aim at the target A, press F1 measure or the trigger key. Then aim and measure the second point, B. N6 Plus will calculate the difference of slope distance, horizontal distance, vertical distance and angle between those 2 points. Then press F1 next to repeat the steps. The target can be measured, inputted or selected from data list. In MLM, the result will not be saved. z-coordinate, as known as height transfer. This function determines the height of occupied point from measurement of a known point. Press menu, Programs and Z-coordinate. First of all, select or input a point as occupied point. Because we are not in the job, I will keep it simple. Let's input the coordinate and reflector height. Secondly, press Refer Measurement. Select known point. After triggering the measurement, the calculated height is displayed. Press Set to save the changes and set the station. At last, let's go back to check the occupied point. The coordinate has been changed by the calculated height. Today, we will have a short introduction of area on N6 plus total station. This function is used to calculate the areas connected by straights. The target points have to be measured in clockwise or anti-clockwise direction. The calculated area is projected onto the horizontal plane, and always close to the start point P1. Now let's press Menu, Programs, choose Area. Aim at the first target P1. Triggering the measurement by F1 measure or the EDM trigger key. Then repeat the measurement in clockwise or anti-clockwise direction. The calculated area and girth are displayed. Press Unit to change the unit of area. Among square meter, hectare, square foot and square acre. The result of area and girth will not be saved. In this episode, we will have a quick guide for point to line. Measure the distance between two arbitrary point P1 and P2, set P1 as original point, P2 as n-axis. The equipment will set up a coordinate system based on P1 and P2, which calculate the coordinates NA and EA for the occupied point. Press Menu, Programs and Point to Line. P1 can be measured, entered or selected from data list. Here we will select 2 points as an example. Here we will choose the point and press Enter to confirm. The calculated distance between P1 and P2 are displayed. Press F for occupied point to check the coordinate of current station based on the new coordinate system. Press F1 and EZ to measure the other point under the current coordinate system. Here we can check the coordinate of the new point. In point to line, the measured data will not be saved. Today we will introduce how to connect N6 Plus with your data controller. If you want to survey the target on total station only by sighting the object, or if you want to check the result on data controller, don't worry. The built-in Bluetooth on N6 Plus ensures a long-distance, stable connection. Let's use Field Genius by Microservi as an example. Before connecting with your controller, please starting your total station and staying in the basic measurement page. Select the instrument for connection. Select instrument type, total station, and click Edit. Let's select Model and Communication, click the brand name South and model name NTS. Click Bluetooth device list to find our device. Press Search to search the device. Choose the correct one, and input the default pin code, 1234. Press OK to confirm. Then we can find that the serial number of our total station can be found in the device list. Press Connect to connect with total station. Then it is successfully connected. Click the total station icon. Click the total station icon to triggering the measurement. Check the data. The data shown on the software is same to the data on total station. Now you can enjoy your daily work linking between total station and data controller. When you finish the job, you will have two choices to import or export the data, by USB or by Bluetooth. It's easy to import and export data by USB. Insert the USB stick. There is an icon appears at the corner. which means the USB stick is successfully connected with your N6 Plus total station. Press Menu, select the third one, Memory Management. Click File Maintain. Here we will choose coordinate as an example. Click F2 to import or click F3 to export. Click F3 once, N6 Plus will output the data under the format of TXT, DAT, CSV and DXF. Let's check the files in USB stick. There are two original files. One is format 300, the other is format 600, which includes the information of job name, date, version, data of points. The three files are coordinate file. DAT and CSV can be opened by Excel. DXF can be used by the other software for post-processing, for example AutoCAD. Then, let's see how to transfer the data by Bluetooth. Open the Bluetooth on your laptop. Search for a new device. Please starting your total station and staying in the basic measurement page. Then find the total station, input the pin code like 1234. And the total station is successfully connected with your computer. Open the software on PC. Press Connect on the software. After connection, let's back to the equipment. Press Menu, Memory Manage. Select the second one, Data Transfer. Press the first one to export the data to computer. Let's send the coordinate data as an example. Here we will move the cursor to choose a file. Before we press Enter on N6 Plus, click the Receive button on the software. Then press Enter. The data will export to the software immediately. Click the Save button to save it. The document can be opened by Notepad. The data can be wirelessly exported or imported to your total station by USB flash stick or by Bluetooth.